Tonight we're looking ahead to another big development project breaking ground in Pasco.
Folks, heavy precipitation for our areas tonight with snow expected in Kittitas and Yakima County areas. Heavy rain everywhere else. I'll get you prepared.
And we'll hear how Representative Newhouse is preparing to advance the effort to stop missing and murdered Native and Indigenous women and people.
Now, KAPP local news at 5.
Good evening, I'm Alyssa Warner.
I'm Jason Valentine. Thank you so much for joining us. And we got some showers coming on in.
It's a weather alert day. Let's get right to that.
It is. And again, this is kind of winter's last gasp, I'm going to say.
I hope so.
Knock on wood. Let's take a look outside. Legend Skycam Network. You can definitely tell things have shifted. Beautiful sunshine earlier today, but heavy cloud coverage throughout our regions. Let's take a look at that radar, and those showers are looming off into the west and the southwest. They are going to be coming into our areas later on tonight. We actually have a winter weather advisory for the lovely Kittitas and Yakima County area. So heavy precipitation. All of our regions are going to be affected tonight. Even let's throw in a wind advisory for Pendleton. Just a little of everything. So 2 to 4 inches are expected throughout Kittitas and Yakima County. We expect around 1 inch of new snow in Yakima, 1 to 3 inches in Ellensburg. Over in the Blues, we have a winter storm watch, 10 to 17 inches above 4,500 feet. Right now, 43 in Yakima, and in the lovely Tri-Cities, we are at 50 degrees. Folks, it is the calm before the storm. I'll have your full update coming up.
Thanks, Jason. Tonight we're tracking the fallout from a somewhat chaotic couple of days in the state capitol. Wednesday was a crucial deadline for legislation, and lawmakers worked late into the night all this week to get as much done as possible. The final House approval was a controversial proposal that involves gun control.
The reality is, assault weapons are the weapon of choice for mass shooters. 6 times as many people are shot and killed when a mass shooter uses an assault weapon. 6 times.
House Bill 1240 would ban Washingtonians from making, selling, or distributing assault weapons. What's an assault weapon? That's been an ongoing question that raised a lot of concerns Wednesday night.
What is an assault weapon? Well, it says in here that it is like M16 rifles. But what does it mean to be like an M16 rifle? There's nothing in here that gives a strict definition.
Let's remove shotguns from this vaguely written notion of what types of firearms the underlying policy is trying to ban.
As I'm reading the definitions and the definition of what assault weapon is, there's a definition of a pistol.
1240 does include a list of weapons that would be covered by the potential law, as well as a definitions page. Advocates say having both makes this bill flexible enough to cover future firearms.
Having a non-exhaustive list of firearms along with a definition provides both clarity and context to courts who must interpret this legislation and citizens who must comply with it.
After hours of debate, the House did vote to pass the ban. That's not the only piece of gun control legislation the House passed just before deadline. Lawmakers also voted to approve House Bill 1143. Now, originally, this would have required you to get a permit before you could buy a gun. The version of the bill sent to the state Senate does not require a permit, but still requires training and a waiting period that Governor Inslee praised.
Bills that require some safety training so that you can show you have some modest degree of safety to recognize the operation of your gun have been shown through objective evidence to reduce gun violence. This would also make sure there's a 10-day waiting period so people don't, in the midst of depression, go out and buy a gun and take their life or commit homicides.
The state Senate has also passed a bill that would make it easier to sue gun makers and would put more restrictions on gun sellers and advertisers. Governor Inslee said today he's hoping all 3 of these proposals make it to his desk.
They called him the Rain Man when he played for the Seattle Supersonics. However, his shooting
landed Sean Kemp in police custody. This is file video of Kemp. Jason, I'll let you handle this one.
All right. Again, a drive-by shooting took place outside the Tacoma Mall when someone opened fire on a separate vehicle. No one was hurt, but officers arrested Kemp at the shooting scene. No word yet on when he will appear before a judge. He has been released on bail. Sean Kemp is a 6-time NBA All-Star. He played the NBA basketball for 14 seasons, 8 of them in Seattle. He's also an entrepreneur with 2 cannabis dispensaries in Seattle.
Looking locally now, the city of Pasco broke ground this afternoon for Broadmoor improvements. That's $600,000 that were awarded to a Kennewick contractor to begin construction.
KAPP-KVEW's Riley Fitzgerald says this groundbreaking is the beginning of many projects happening in the Broadmoor area.
Phase 1A of the Broadmoor improvements will improve rough grading of 3 roadways in the area. That's Sandifer Parkway, Road 108, and a utility corridor in the vicinity of Road 103. These planned improvements are estimated to be $40 million. This $600,000 to kick it off starts with the roads and grading. According to officials, this is likely the most important economic development project that's happened in the Tri-Cities in a long time.
This is 1,240 acres. This is one of the largest master plans in the entire country right now. So, you know, this is I mean, think about it. This land has been vacant forever, and it's in the center of the Tri-Cities. And so this is really sort of a big awakening for the city of Pasco.
More improvements taking place in the next phase are significant upgrades to the I-182 and Road 100 interchange and widening of Broadmoor Boulevard north of the interstate in order to improve pedestrian, cyclist, and vehicle access and safety. In Pasco, Riley Fitzgerald, KAPP-KVEW Local News.
Thanks, Riley. Tonight, making a difference for Ag Month. 2 agriculture-based companies are donating to Second Harvest, which supplies food to local food banks. For people facing food insecurity in our region, this could make a huge difference. Another piece of it, they're matching the first $15,000 donated during Ag Month, which runs all through March. Jean Tucker with Second Harvest says it's partnerships like these that keep food on people's plates.
We're really excited this month to partner with AgWest Farm Credit and with Northwest Agricultural Consultants, who are helping us highlight the great agriculture partners we have in this region who generously donate a lot of healthy produce, beef, dairy, and other fresh products that we share with our neighbors in need.
She says more people are struggling because of inflation and the recent loss of additional SNAP benefits. Coming up on KAPP-KVEW Local News at 6, we'll hear how you can get involved in helping people who are experiencing food insecurity. And there are $7 million meant to help hungry families throughout Washington, but that has been held up for months. Local food banks who need that funding are wondering, what's the holdup?
Our Madeline Hagan spoke with Community Restoration Impact today, and Maddie, they say this funding is vital to feed families in underserved communities.
Yeah, Jason, Alyssa, absolutely vital. We're talking about rural areas in our area like Mattawa, Othello, or even Sunnyside, who all also have a big migrant farmer population. Now, this funding from the Washington State Department of Agriculture allows people like the Sparks couple to give out boxes of food in those communities. Marlondo Sparks, who runs Community Restoration Impact with his wife Stephanie, says they first learned about the funding from WSDA's We Feed Washington program back in November. Then this past January, they were told the funds would be released soon and the Sparks could apply for contracts, allowing them to get funding to feed hungry families. Then in an additional email, it said WSDA is working to mobilize the funding. There's been no word since.
There are families that need food on their tables, and what them waiting every few moments is going to make the kids starve, is going to make elderly starve, veterans starve, disabled individuals starve. It's going to make them, it just makes it worse.
Now, the Sparks say they are incredibly grateful for all the work and support WSDA gives their organization so they can in turn feed hungry families. But as emergency SNAP benefits have run out, the need is greater than ever for them to return to these rural communities. So why the delay in funding? We have a response from the WSDA later tonight at 6 o'clock.
How many people does this organization help? Are there a lot of people being affected by the held up funds?
So Restoration Community Impact alone services 9 counties. So essentially that's thousands of people who typically rely on their food giveaways. They're also waiting for them to just return to their community. It's been months for some of these cities like Othello and Mattawa, and that's just one organization who's eligible for the funds. Marlondo says there's many other who are also waiting for that $7 million to be released and given out to the organizations. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Maddie. This morning, President Biden unveiled his budget proposal, which he says would cut the deficit by trillions of dollars, but it would also involve higher taxes on people who make more than $400,000 a year. The plan would get rid of some of the tax cuts the Trump administration created in 2017, but it would also bring back the expanded child tax credit that we saw during the pandemic. It would increase Medicare funding, which we talked about earlier this week. It would create a universal free preschool program and provide paid family and medical leave, which is similar to Washington's popular program. Now, this budget, honestly, is basically a wish list from the president. It's a starting point as Democrats and Republicans are trying to hammer out an agreement that will stop the United States from defaulting on its debts later this year.
Well, there's more than 130 indigenous people missing in the state of Washington, an issue that's been called both a crisis and an epidemic.
This is an ongoing problem. KAPP-KVEW's Emily Goodell tells us Representative Dan Newhouse is hoping to address with the Bridging Agency Data Gaps and Ensuring Safety for Native Communities Act.
It's called the Badges Act for short, and Newhouse says it'll help tribal law enforcement get the resources they need to be able to respond to those missing person cases, more than 40 of which are on the Yakima Reservation. Specifically, the bill would help get tribal officers better access to NamUs, the National Missing Persons Database, and commission a report of tribal officers' needs. It would also establish a grant program to help support tribal missing persons and sexual assault investigations.
Another issue that is important is providing access to some of the mental health and wellness programs that are available through the Bureau of Indian Affairs.
Coming up, we'll have more on federal efforts to address the MMIWP crisis and an update on a federal task force to target these issues that might be based right here in the Yakima Valley. Reporting, Emily Goodell, KAPP-KVEW Local News.
Thank you, Emily. Well, new tonight, we've been tracking massive tech layoffs, but now General Motors is looking to cut jobs as well. They're now strongly encouraging employees to consider a program that would pay them to leave voluntarily. CNN reports as General Motors is shifting towards electric vehicles, they'll eventually be able to produce cars faster, but they'll have to spend tens of billions of dollars in the next couple of years to make that switch.
Their CEO has pledged no layoffs, so we'll see how that develops.
They're strongly encouraging, though. So
strongly encouraging.
That is interesting. All right, let's take a live look outside. Folks, we have precipitation on the way. We have snow for many of our areas, rain for the rest. I'll have your forecast next.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get into Ford F-150. All amped up and ready for work or play. Get 0 for 36 plus $3,000 low APR cash on a 2022 F-150 XLT at your local Ford dealer.
Folks, hope you're having a great Thursday. Hope to see you tomorrow morning on Good Morning Northwest.
We'll be talking about the Oscars as the 95th Academy Awards takes place this weekend.
Looking forward to that. Also, heavy precipitation tonight. We'll let you know what your roads look like tomorrow morning starting at 5.
Hi, I'm Stan. Welcome to my Stan Talk. My theory, it's called Triple Play because you can have fun on land, sea, and air. On land, bowling, XD Dark Ride, and others. At sea, all the slides and pools in Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park. In air, the ropes course, Nebula Drop Tower, and new zip ride. Or maybe the owner just like triple cheeseburgers. Thanks, everyone!
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
Mildly entertaining. I will take that.
Wait, hold up. DQ put fries and onion rings in a chicken strip basket? Did you know this? Oh, of course you did. It's sitting right in front of you. Sorry. I mean, you got fries and onion rings together. Is this for real?
Hey, baby, wait.
Oh, yep. That just got really real. Grab a chicken strip and fry rings basket.
Okay, just one. Just one.
DQ, happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Why buy a mattress from Mattress Depot USA?
Low prices.
Every day, we beat any competitor's price.
Selection?
All sizes and brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic.
Customer service.
Our sleep specialists average 10 years in the industry. Check out our reviews.
Comfort guarantee?
120 nights worth.
Same day delivery.
Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Local?
Born here, live here.
Come see us today.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
There's a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
There will always be bumps in the road, but we got guts, America. So let's drive on and make the future we want to see together.
Get 0 for 36 plus $2,000 trade-in cash on an in-stock 2022 Escape. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Celebrate the Oscars this Sunday on KAPP. Now, KAPP First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Thursday evening, everyone. Hope you've had a wonderful day today. Pretty much the calm before the storm. We have quite a bit of shower activity on the way. Thus, we have a weather alert for tonight into tomorrow morning. Heavy precipitation for all of our regions, but it just depends on where you live, if it's going to be snow or if it's going to be heavy rains, and it is going to be on its way. We have shower activity kind of surrounding us, but we have much more on the way tonight. Let's get right to it. And winter weather advisory. Now, this is for Yakima, Toppenish, Ellensburg. In the outlying of the upper elevations, we'll be seeing 2 to 4 inches of new snow. I'll get to how much Ellensburg and Yakima is going to get. Also, we have a winter storm watch for the Blue Mountain region. So above 4,500 feet, 10 to 17 inches of new snow. So folks, if you are driving to the west side or over the mountains anywhere tonight into tomorrow early, you are going to be facing quite a lot of difficulty. So our future cast, here's what we're looking at right now. And as we get into right around 9 o'clock, we're going to start to see those showers starting to form. And look at these heavy cells coming behind it. That heavy cell will get to the Tri-Cities, Pendleton area right after midnight. And you can see Ellensburg, Yakima getting into quite a bit of snow. Then it's going to be moving along. By the time we get to 6 a.m., looks like it'll be sticking around Ellensburg, possibly Yakima. And then as we move into the afternoon, just some little bits of showers as we move into the Blue Mountain region. So then things are going to start to clear up, and maybe a random shower or two into the evening and into Saturday. But folks, the real push is coming tonight. Here's what we expect. 1 inch of snow for Yakima, 1 to 3 inches for Ellensburg. Other than that, we're going to see rain for Pendleton and Tri-Cities, up to ½ an inch of rain. 1/4 inch expected in Walla Walla. That is a lot of water, folks, so do get ready for that. We are going to be warming up quite quickly tomorrow, so whatever snow is on the ground should melt by the afternoon, but still, that is kind of winter's last gasp. Right now, 50 degrees in the Tri-Cities, all the way down to Ellensburg at 39, so temperatures all over the place. We do expect to see those warmer temperatures, especially on Monday as we head into our next work week, and then as we move on, looks like we'll be right around that average. We've been routinely below it. We also have a wind advisory through tomorrow early for Pendleton. 30 to 40 mile per hour winds expected, 55 mile per hour gusts. That is going to accompany this overnight storm. So windy conditions added into all of that rain coming into Pendleton. So our wind speeds right now, we have quite a bit of mid-teens kind of in our western region, or excuse me, eastern region. The more west we go, a little bit less, but do expect around 15 mile per hour winds for all of our areas overnight, except for Pendleton with those heavier winds. Overnight tonight, look at how warm it is going to be. So that is why we're seeing rain for most of our areas, but Yakima and Ellensburg will see that snow because we are right at or just under that freezing mark. So it just depends on how warm you are overnight. As we get into tomorrow, again, scattered showers after that big push ends in our morning hours, lower 50s, mid to upper 40s. 7-day forecast as we move along. Looking like a nice weekend ahead when we spring ahead an hour, late Saturday into Sunday morning. We lose an hour this weekend, but we gain an hour of evening sunshine. For your Monday, 64 and some shower activity, but then things will be clearing up with those mid to upper 50s into our next work week. As we move over into the Yakima region, again, some morning residual showers possible, and then nice conditions for your weekend, and rain returning with mid to lower 50s for your weekend. And again, spring forward late Saturday night into Sunday. So folks, we have that winter weather advisory till tomorrow morning for Yakima, Ellensburg areas. We do expect to see snow for Ellensburg and Yakima and heavy rain for the rest of our areas. I would expect to see some at least school delays tomorrow in the Ellensburg and Yakima region. You can keep up to date on yaktrinews.com or Good Morning Northwest tomorrow morning starting at 5.
Thanks, Jason. Making a difference, a new organization in Spokane is working to make sure that people experiencing homelessness can keep their pets long-term by providing a safe haven in the short term. Safe Spokane has been around for more than a decade, but now they're working to connect pets with temporary foster homes if their owners don't have a permanent place to live.
We want people to be able to go in and take care of business knowing their animals are safe and that they don't have to surrender them to a shelter where they might be killed at.
I was like, you're a puppy. You don't deserve this. Sometimes there's a lot of people in there that don't know how to handle it and they misjudge the situation. And it's like, it's not the dog's fault, but you want to take it out on the dog.
Safe Spokane is offering to foster animals for up to 90 days, but they do ask owners to give specific circumstances for their next housing and job options. Yakima Valley College's art department is hosting its semi-annual clay sale tomorrow. Anybody can drop in and buy bowls, mugs, pitchers, planters, odds and ends, all created by YVC students and faculty from the past few quarters. All of the dinnerware is safe to eat and drink out of, and the sculptures, of course, are fun to look at. Many of the pieces are priced below $10, and all the proceeds go to help the college's art department.
They get nice functional pottery, stuff they can use in their homes, eat out of, drink out of. And of course they get to meet the people who are making it. They support local artists, a local art education program, and YVC.
The sale will be from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the lobby of Palmer Martin Hall. That's Building 20 on the Yakima Valley College campus. Up next on KAPP Local News, we're starting to see commodity prices coming down. So why isn't that reflected in the grocery store? We're talking about that, and we have a lot more news to share with you on our mobile app. You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan this QR code, which is also at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. The code will take you right to our app for news and weather on demand. It's free to download, and there is no subscription fee.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley or at Click It RV in Pasco and get the same grand opening specials plus liquidation prices on all 20 to 22 RVs. Nobody will beat our prices. We guarantee it. Just off $395 in the Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
Tonight, your job, credit card payments, the economy, what to prepare for, plus tracking 2 major winter storms and several feet of snow in the west. More Americans turn to the most watched program on all of television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
See the full line of LG appliances at Fred's. Ask about exclusive and factory rebates on dishwashers, laundry sets, refrigerators, and ranges.
French door LG refrigerators are in stock and ready for pickup or delivery.
LG appliances are consistently top rated. With one stop at Fred's, see LG's full line.
Select from LG top load or front load laundry sets that are in stock.
At Fred's, service and selection equals satisfaction. Come in and see us today.
Next, ET. Lisa Vanderpump weighs in on the Vanderpump Rules Scandival.
It's very tumultuous, we know that.
Plus, we're with Bono and The Edge. Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on KAPP.
Get $1,500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT5 and XT6. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Celebrate the dream makers.
One of my favorite movies of all time is I Am Sam. I laugh, I cry, and I enjoy it every single time I watch it.
The Oscars, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, Sunday, March 12th on ABC.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley or at Click It RV in Pasco and get the same grand opening specials on travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and Class A and C motorhomes. We guarantee it. Just off $395 in the Pasco Autoplex or clickitrv.com.
Welcome back, everyone. A consumer alert tonight. The cost of food is going down, but grocery bills really aren't. So what's going on? Well, we know a lot of companies said they had to raise prices when inflation and food prices went up. Now, though, inflation is going down and your grocery bill is not. Part of that may just be simply that the costs of creating and transporting food, things like labor and fuel, those are still pretty high. But experts say a bigger reason is likely that people have just gotten used to paying the higher prices, so there's no incentive for companies to make a change. Speaking of those higher costs, the national average for a gallon of regular gasoline increased nearly a dime since last week. It's now $3.46 on average across the country, higher here in Washington, of course. The national average is 3 cents more than a month ago, but it is actually 79 cents lower than a year ago. So we're slowly seeing some changes.
We'll take what we can get.
I think that's accurate.
All right, absolutely. All right, folks, it is again a weather alert day. We'll have a final look at weather when we come back.
And still ahead, World News Tonight is tracking another barrage of Russian missiles and exploding drones on apartment buildings and critical infrastructure across Ukraine. That's coming up tonight at 5:30.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings of up to 60% off.
Beat the buzzer, these prices won't last long.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Stan, who is that? Okay, Roy, I went to the basement, found a weird portal, went through, found myself in a prehistoric valley, talked to a couple dinos, told them about Triple Play. They wanted to check it out. Here we are. Wow!
Hi, Roy.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She'll leave whenever we're ready. I'm ready.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? Uh-huh. Let's take a break from our devices for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes. And let's see what we find.
Hey, bud.
US Cellular. Built for us.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Hapo Center Pasco. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tub starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Hapo Center Pasco. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on every sofa, dining table, bed, and much, much more. Plus 4 years no interest and no down payment. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
When you or your loved one has been seriously injured, you want the best law firm on your side. Abeta Nelson Injury Law is the most highly awarded and experienced personal injury firm in Central Washington. Our office has secured the most million-dollar car crash recoveries in Central Washington. You can trust us to have your back. The time for bringing your claim is limited, so don't wait. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Introducing Astapro Allergy, steroid-free allergy relief that starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. Now with Astapro Fast Allergy Relief, you can Astapro and go.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's a new one. Somebody used a drone to escape his snowed-in car. So an Oregon man got stuck in the snow, no cell phone coverage to call for help, but he had a drone. So he typed out a text, loaded his phone onto the drone, and flew it up high enough in the air to catch a signal.
Wow.
And it worked. The text message got out. The rescuers found him. They actually found another driver who had been stranded. Jason, I can't believe this worked.
I love that. I mean, that's thinking.
That's creative solutions.
Yes, yes. Well, what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes.
So well done. Let's take a quick look at our Skycam. Folks, we have impending rain to snow on the way. It's not yet coming, but we do expect it around 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock tonight into very early tomorrow morning. Here are the totals. Rain for Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, Pendleton, up to ½ an inch. 1 to 3 inches of new snow for Ellensburg. 1 inch for Yakima. Good news, it'll warm up quickly tomorrow. That snow should be history by the afternoon.
All right, thanks for watching. We're back tonight at 6.